Hey guys, it's me Andrew, your favorite Canadian YouTuber, eh? And welcome back to yet another episode of SKYLANDERS IMAGINATORS Guest Stars! It's been about 5 months since the last episode. I've got a whole new batch to share with you today, so let's just get right into it. Starting with Mommy Longlegs.
Hear that? Sounds like hunks. Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
Yeah, the only thing I could say here is, I tried. So what I'm doing here is, I'm going to start with which ones I think didn't turn out the best, and then gradually work my way up to which ones I personally think did turn out the best. But I'll let you be the judge of that in the comments. Keep in mind, I'm going unscripted with this, so pardon if my voice sounds awkward at any point. So, these are the parts I used. I was actually struggling to find the right head with the right facial features that resemble Mommy Longlegs' creepy toy face aesthetic. And this was the closest I could find. I figured that this would be the closest thing to her Betty Spaghetti ponytail hair, or whatever. Yeah, this was about the thinnest torso I could find, because, you know, she's supposed to have just like a little like skinny wire in the middle. This almost looks like that her stretchy wire middle is sort of curled up like a snake or a spring. Think of it that way, I guess. Obviously, the arms need to be super skinny, and this is the best I could find, with gloves that could barely resemble hers. I also struggled to find the right legs with the right round bulbous spider bottom. You get what I'm saying. My next pick was maybe the snowman legs, but that just didn't seem right. No. I honestly didn't know which hand weapons to give her, so I just decided to go with these. Close enough to the fingers, I guess. I'll admit, I did struggle a bit to find the right hair. This is about the best I could do. Obviously, you want like the height and the length to be as wide as possible without it being too proportionately off. I'll say this much: Mommy Longlegs was definitely a very difficult character to get right design-wise, so that's probably one of the biggest reasons why this didn't turn out the best amongst others. But don't worry, the other ones I made, in my opinion at least, turned out better. I honestly didn't really know what abilities to give her, since none of the Imaginators have like stretching based abilities, which was also a bit of a problem for Min Min, but I'll get to that later. Let's see what Mommy can do.
Carry on. Hear that? Sounds like hunks.
Like Huggy Wuggy? Alright, you know what? I think I've said enough here. Alright, next up is, Min Min.
Prepare to face battle problem. I've never felt so alive.
I'll admit, I had a bit of trouble with this one too, but at least this one arguably turned out better in terms of how closely it resembles the original character it's based on than Mommy does. Probably didn't word that right, but you get the point. Anyway, I was mainly looking at my Min Min amiibo and various pics of her for reference to make sure I can get all the details right, or as many as I could. Fun fact, ARMS was actually one of the games I was most excited for before the Switch came out. Like, even though the game wasn't exactly a success, it is still one of my personal favorite Switch games. Like, it was a game that really got me excited to get a Switch. And I feel like I'm one of the very few people whose one of most anticipated Switch games was ARMS amongst others. Well, a lot of other people probably weren't. I'm probably not wording this right, but you get the idea. Yeah, this was about the closest thing I could find to her ramen noodle arms, or springy arms in general. Sadly, I couldn't find anything that resembled her dragon arms. Maybe the snakes, I don't know. I was originally going to give her the athletic legs, but I figured these ones match the color palette a bit more closely. And shape-wise, I guess. I'll admit, I did have a bit of trouble trying to find the right hand weapons for her. Of course, you can swap out arm weapons for others, but I could barely find any that resembled her own. You know what? I'm just gonna quickly skim through each one of these, and you tell me which one you think looks the best. You might need to slow down the video or something, but let me know in the comments. You know, right off the bat, I knew this was the right hat for Min Min, but unfortunately, as you can tell, it's a bit too high and doesn't really pull down over her forehead, so it looks a little dorky or something. I think that's one of the biggest things that went wrong here, in my opinion, is that it is the right hat, but it doesn't fit on the head quite right like the other one does. And this mask face I chose for her is pretty much the closest I could find to her own. If it would just pull down on her forehead a little more, or if she maybe had a bit of hair sticking out the top, that it would work better. But hey, I gotta work with what I got. Yeah, I really wish I could make her arms longer, but it's hard to do that without the proportions being a little too off. I was thinking about giving her an aura, but I don't think she really needs it. Boxer, of course. I guess this is about the closest thing to arms stretching out. Yeah. And I figured this ability would be the closest match to one of her own or something. I don't know. I'll show you what it is when I play as her.
Prepare to face double trouble.
Yeah, I also had a hard time finding the right voice for her, but she very rarely talks, and along with the other characters in the game, they don't really talk much, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this looks a little ridiculous. You could tell there's no music because I had to turn off the music because every time I make one of these episodes and the casual in-game soundtrack keeps getting copyright claimed by YouTube, saying it's some sort of like weird, obscure jazz song that I never even heard of. Like, oh my god, they keep copyright claiming the video. They keep demonetizing them, and it's just a pain. So I had to turn the music off to avoid this crap. It's just stupid. Like, anyone else who made these kind of videos have to deal with that crap too, or just me? Alright, you know what? Let's see what Min Min can do.
Let us continue this journey. is for
It
me.
doesn't quite quite match arm stretching out, but close enough, I guess. What do you think? Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, next up, I'm going to be showing a couple of characters from SMG4. If you're not a fan of his videos, you probably won't care, in which you can skip a little if you want. But I got a couple characters I want to show here. I'm going to start with Axol.
I will avenge my friends. Huzzah for me!
Yeah, I know it's not perfect, but this was about the closest I could find. Like, for one, the head was surprisingly more difficult than I thought it would be. I thought finding a very simple head that matches his own would be easy, but apparently not. I was thinking about giving him Spyro's head at first, because, there's a head that resembles Skylander Spyro's, but it didn't look right. So this snake head here was about the closest I could find here. Hope it doesn't look too off, does it? What do you think? Catsuit. Ninja legs, of course, seems only fitting. I don't think he really needs a tail, does he? Well, this is about the closest I could get to his big magic pen. But, paintbrush, same idea, right? You get the idea. I was thinking about giving him an aura, like maybe a Super Saiyan Blue style aura, whatever this is. I'm not sure if he really needs it, though. Wait, did I show all the... Oh, yeah. Now, here's one of the... I think this part is actually one of the main reasons why I thought creating Axol would be a good idea, because I thought this had a close enough resemblance to his, well, not hair. I actually don't know what they're called, antennas or something. I probably sound like an idiot, but you get the idea. The thing's on his head. Oh yeah, and I decided to put a throwing star on his back for good measure, because why not? There are only 2 staff abilities to choose from here, and I thought this one would fit his ninja style a bit better. I decided to give him a water element, because not only is he an axolotl, but I thought this would be one of the few Imaginator abilities that came remotely close to his, like creating temporary anime characters ability.
I will avenge my friends.
I probably could have picked a better catchphrase, one that made more sense, but not the worst choice of voice, I'll say that. It's better than all the others, in my opinion. Alright, let's see what Axol can do.
Time for more adventure! I will avenge my friends. I smite thee!
Kinda looks almost like he's Naruto running, wouldn't you say? Sort of. Yeah, I hate that. Like, whenever you fall out of the ring, it disappears. Well, that was a bit lame.
Oh yeah!
So yeah, summoning piranhas. Not quite the same as summoning anime characters, but Yeah, close enough, I guess. It's... maybe not, but whatever. You get the idea. Alright. Alright, next up, Melony. Melony.
I am one with my friends. Can't wait to see what changes lie in store.
Yeah, I know it's not perfect, but close enough, right? Like, I thought this head would be the most fitting for the watermelon girl. You get the idea. I was thinking about giving her these eyes, maybe. Which one do you think looks better? These ones or these ones? Yeah, this one fits surprisingly well, in my opinion. What do you think? Ninja arms. I thought, obviously I need to find one with like a skirt, and I thought this one was the best out of all the ones available. Or at least had the best color match patterns. Yeah. I was also trying to look for the right sword, the one that matches the fierce deity sword or whatever it's called. My other close options next to this one were probably this one and maybe this one. I think this one comes closest. What do you think? Yeah, this was the closest I could get to those little little fruity hair things sticking out the top back. This was, since there weren't any hoodies available, this was about the closest I could get. What do you think? Anyway, here's something a little funny I wanted to show you. I found a couple of parts that were watermelon themed, like this one, like watermelon shoulder guards and
Right on!
watermelon arm guards. I figured since, you know, she's a watermelon, I thought it would at least be funny to see what these look like on her. What do you think? I know it probably looks ridiculous, or do you think it looks strangely fitting? I don't know. You know, I'm just gonna remove him. But what do you think? Did it look amusing seeing her with watermelon armor for about a minute?
Fresh and new!
I was thinking about giving her an aura, since, you know, she's like she has like the fierce deity mask. She basically has the powers of a god. I think she's fine just the way she is. And it's also another reason why I chose the light element, because I figured it'd be the most fitting for her and the power she has. Yeah, most of the other Imaginators I skipped the soul gem ability, but I thought this one would be really fitting for her.
I am one with my friends.
I probably could have picked a better catchphrase, but whatever. And once again, no music. Then again, I don't really know what kind of music she would like dance like this to. It's just ridiculous. Alright, let's see Melony in action.
Carry on. I am one with my friends.
What do you think? I think this is among my, I think this is among the best ones in the recent batch I made. What do you think? Alright, this next one is a little more obscure, like, I'm sure a lot of you probably haven't heard of her, but, say hello to Zan from Hedon.
You can't handle my barbarian magnetism. Think you can improve on this? Hey, be my guest.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know who Zan is, she's from a game called Hedon, or Hedon. I'm not entirely sure how the proper way to pronounce it is. Basically, it's one of those like old school throwback FPS games similar to the style of Doom or build engine games. And Zan is like this really big orc girl with a big axe and a lot of guns. Not half bad looking for an orc, I'll say that. I figured these came closest to her horns, even though they're a little bit out of place. You probably didn't expect these kind of arms. I know this looks ridiculous when you actually know what it is, but I included this because it's intended to be like one of those like loincloth curtain things. I have no idea what they're called. I probably sound like an idiot, but they're supposed to be like one of these like really long drape things on the front, one on the back, and this case is just one on the back. It's supposed to be like basically part of her outfit, but when you actually know what it is, it just looks ridiculous. I'm sorry. And of course the axe. I was debating between this, and this. I figured this would be the most fitting. You probably didn't notice this at first. Little subtle detail there you don't easily notice. At least I didn't at first. Or whatever. So. Yeah, it took me a while to find the right leg armor. And of course, lots of height. You probably expect the muscles to be a bit bigger here, but I figured if I make them too big, it might look a bit disproportionate. So I decided to play it safe, and but I don't want them too skinny either. I had to find just the right proportional balance. What do you think? This or this? Definitely not this. Yeah. Also, I was originally going to go with a tech element at first, but I saved that for another one. You'll see what I mean after this.
You can't handle my barbarian magnetism.
I'm terribly sorry. You know what, let's just see what she can do.
Look who's back in action.
Give him hell, Zan.
Feel my power!
I don't think she has this ability in the game, but, you know what? Let's also try this. Does she have anything like that in the game? I don't remember. I haven't got a chance to play the whole game yet. And the third ability.
How does that taste? Seismic stop!
At least she has some kind of projectile here. Not close enough, I guess. But hey, what do you think? Alright, and last but not least, the grand finale. The one I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Pause for effect, sorry. Probably done it better. All hail to the Junker Queen.
All hail my steel! All right, can't wait to see what you come up with here.
Between her and Zan, I think these two turned out the best, in my opinion, at least. If you like the others better, you let me know. Now, you might notice that she might have a couple of parts, same ones that Zan has. I guess that may partially be because Junker Queen and Zan are relatively aesthetically similar characters in design and abilities wise, at least, maybe. I'm even thinking about doing a no rules duels battle between Zan and Junker Queen. Would you like to see something like that? I might do it if I could find the right tools to animate it. It did take me a few tries to find the right head, but I decided to settle with this one in the end. I rarely ever use these arms because I've never really had any characters where these arms would fit them. But I think Junker Queen just might be the very first guest star Imaginator I made where these arms are actually what I've been looking for. That's a first. It also took me a few tries to find the right legs. Like, that was a bit of that. I think that's actually was arguably the biggest challenge here, finding the right legs. No. Once again, this axe, unless you think this one or this one works better. And of course, the mohawk. I did look into some other options as well, like maybe this one. I think I'll stick with this one. It doesn't quite perfectly resemble her hair, but close enough, I guess. What do you think? I know she only has like a one spiky shoulder plate, but there is no option for only one shoulder. It has to be both. I did look through a few of these, see if I could find one that matches hers closely enough, and this one came closest, I guess. Hold on, did I give her an aura? Oh yeah, I did. Do you think she looks better with or without an aura? Yeah, pound him. Obliterator. And of course, once again, this is the tech smasher I used for her instead of Zan, because this one has, guns. Just pretend that didn't happen.
All hail my steel.
All hail, obviously, she's the queen. It took me a while to find a second catchphrase half that works, but,
All hail my steel. All hail my steel.
What catchphrase would you have picked? Assuming you play the game and know them all by heart. Alright. Let's see the queen in action. Anything
Game
I forgot
on!
to show, let me know.
Now I've created victory! All hail my steel.
Yeah, I don't think she has turrets, but I'm not sure. I don't remember what her entire moveset is. But hey, what do you guys think? Well, I think that's about it for this episode. What did you guys think of my latest batch of Imaginators guest stars? Which one was your favorite? Do you think this one was the best, or do you prefer one of the others? I think between her and Zan, those are the best. But that's just me. Let me know what you think. Well, that's all I have for you today. So, until then, I'll see you guys next time.